So let's get started, shall we? Now, for level 15, we've got Feline Swiftness, 15% movement speed increase regardless of form, so even in Boomkin form. Displace a Beast, this is what I use, because at the moment I've been doing a lot of BGs, a lot of duels, a lot of 2v2, so it's great to juke a cast, you know, got a cast incoming, maybe a Hex, you can just blink behind them, or, you know, you're going for this. The only thing is if you've got dots on you, it will break that Vanish, and you will only be left with a blink. So, you know, it's not too great in that aspect, but you know, I'll probably give you enough time to hot up, you know, pillar whoever's chasing you down and have a good time. Now, Wild Charge, I consider this the best, however I haven't been using it at the moment, purely because I haven't been doing any serious 3v3 arena, which, you know, I probably will when Mop hits. Now, Wild Charge, this is a very, very good skill. For whether it's Resto, whether it's Feral, whether it's for Boomkin, I think it's absolutely brilliant. When you're not informed, you can simply fly to an ally's position. You know, if you've got a rogue on you, you know, you can literally just focus your mate, and then you'll have a good time. Bear form, it's a bit like Charge for a warrior. You've got to get away, then come back in for the stun. Same with Cat form, except Bear form just has that little bit more time for CC, basically a little kidney shot. Moonkin form, bounding backwards, you don't bound backwards that far. I really don't think it's necessary, so, you know, it may be good if you pop Nature's Grasp and then, you know, bound back, but, you know, if you just got like a melee class chasing you down, you probably won't have enough time to get a regrowth off, to be honest. It's not that great in Boomkin form. If you do want to get away, I'd recommend going to travel form, leaping forwards 20 yards, mini blink basically. It gives you just that enough time, you know, and if you're in a BG that has a lot of water in it, increase swim speed by 150. That's really good for 5 seconds. Literally, you're out of there. You're absolutely out there. You can run away, hot up, good time. So I probably will be speccing to Wild Charge. At the moment, I've been using Displacer purely for duels, really, and juking casts and etc. 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 You see, Feline Swiftness, yeah, more of a feral thing, I guess. I mean, it may be useful if, you know, you pair it up with Stampede Glyph, which lets you stampede out of bear or cat form. You know, you may want to pair it up with that. It'll give you a good escape. But Displace a Beast is also good for the offensive. You know, if you've got a healer trying to run away so he can pillar you, you can get behind him, pounce him, open up, you know, mini kidney shot basically. It's a pounce, and you know, it's just very helpful. Now, Nature's Swiftness. I mean, the level 30 talents are all really based around healing, and they're fabulous. Nature's Swiftness, for me, is just the obvious choice. You can get an instant CC off either a Cyclone or Tangling Roots, or an instant healing touch. Now, well, or Nourish or Rebirth, but you know, you're always going to be using healing touch, because healing touch can crit for up to 78k. It's fabulous at the moment. Our Boomkin healing is so incredibly OP. It's just sexually active, you know. Now, the next skill is Renewal. Renewal will heal you for 30% of all your health, regardless of form. Now, this is very good, but Healing Touch usually gives you over 30% of your health back, and Nature's Swiftness is a 1 minute CD. Renewal is a 2 minute CD. I don't like the sound of 2 minutes. It just isn't great, to be honest, in comparison. I mean, maybe if an S-Priest or any class for that matter has lined you up for a kill, and they've silenced you, you won't be able to pop that NS, and you won't be able to pop that heal. So in that respect, it isn't as great. Now, Scenario Ward, this is very good. I may possibly be speccing into this as a Boomkin, depending on what healer I've got going. Because as well as using it on yourself, despite its 30-second CD, which is incredible, you can use it on yourself, and you can also use it on a mate. That's 10k, well, 10.5k every 2 seconds for 6 seconds. You know, that's about 31, 32k. You know, as soon as you start taking damage. So it's really good to use on a friend if they switch burst to him, or you can use it on yourself. And with such a short CD, it's absolutely fabulous for healing, I believe. You know, with Rejuve, which gives you 3k, 3k every 3 seconds, I believe. No. Oh, blimey. It's a little better than I thought, actually. Heals the target for 7,300. An additional 7,300 every 2.41 seconds for 12 seconds. That's incredible, really. So yeah, I'll probably be playing around with these for a lot, but at the moment it's got to be Nature's Swiftness for me. Now the next ones is all really CC. You've got Fairy Swarm. Fairy Swarm is fabulous. I mean, look at it. 50%, sorry, tongue twisted, forgive me, 50% movement speed reduction for 15 seconds, as well as giving you, you know, the 12% armor debuff from Fairy Fire. That is amazing. That's amazing. If you've got a warrior class, or, you know, you've got rogues or ferals, whatever, you know, and you're trying to kite them around, it'd be amazing. You know, if you match Fairy Swarm with Feline Swiftness, you'd have a good time, really. I mean, I think it's all situational, you know, as to if you're going against melee classes, or, you know, it's a very, very helpful skill. Mass Entanglement, I think, should die on a fire, really. I mean, it's more of a resto thing, because, you know, 2-minute CD, it may be good in RBGs if they're, you know, running after your flag carrier. You may be able to just root them down, leave them there. Except, you know, it's breakable CC, and it's basically just an instant tangling roots, really. I just don't see it as that vital. Now they've got Typhoon. We all know and love Typhoon. Except Typhoon is even bigger of a CC now. It dazes the target for 6 seconds. For 6 seconds. So as well as knocking them back, it's also effectively a stun CC. And it's only 20-sec cooldown. How amazing is that? I believe that to be a very, very good talent. And I use that not only to get the vertical advantage in BGs, but, you know, if you're in Blade's Edge Arena, you know, even then, gives you the vertical advantage against melee classes. Maybe tangle them once they're down there, you know, it's a great skill. So, depending on what war games or dueling I've been doing, I've been speccing in and out Fairy Swarm and Typhoon, because they're both really good skills. Now, Soul of the Forest is a wank skill for balance. I mean, I don't see why anyone would use it, even for PvP. I mean, it helps you get into eclipses much faster, but it just isn't as good. You know, it may be better for, you know, other classes. I mean, I'm sure, no, other specs, sorry. I'm sure it would be. But for balance, it just looks awful to me. Just don't even go near that. The main two are Incarnation and Force of Nature. And it's a tough choice, you know, it's a tough choice, because Incarnation's a 3-minute seed. I'm really mincing my words now, aren't I? Incarnation is a 3-minute cooldown, but it gives you 25% increase in arcane and nature damage. Now that is incredible, because if you pair that up, Incarnation with Celestial Alignment, you can get some incredible burst. Incredible, you know, pop a Starfall with it, Star Surge. It's just absolutely incredible if you add your dots as well. It's a, you know, 3-minute CD, which is a bit of a shame, but it's a small price to pay considering how much damage you can do with Incarnation on. And plus, getting this right, armor. Isn't that incredible? How cute is that? We've got little bear claws. They're like big fluffy teddy bears with antlers. And look, we've got a little crotch guard in case anyone goes for a dig shot, you know? It's absolutely brilliant. Now, the next set, oh no, sorry, I haven't finished yet. Force of Nature. Now, we all know our triads. We love our triads. It used to be a 3-minute CD, now it's a 1-minute CD. And what's brilliant is it's got spammable entangling root CC. You know, if you get a keybind on that, it'll be great. And also it does that little bit of damage, not too much, but enough to get by, you know, and it's a 1-minute CD, so I think they're absolutely brilliant. In terms of CC also. Now, the next lot, then again, it's all situational. I think if you're an RBG person, First Vortex is a good choice. If you've got a couple of melee chasing you down or chasing your flag carrier, chuck a Vortex down, it'll drag them straight back in, as well as reducing their movement speed by 50%, and it's absolutely brilliant skill. However, what I like to do for duels and 2v2 is Mighty Bash, because, you know, I've set up this comp really. I mean, I've set up my talents to have a lot of versatility against one person or 2v2, you see, because, you know, Mighty Bash is basically a kidney shot, and it's only 50-second cooldown. You know, 5-second stun, of which you can use to get a Star Surge or 4-star, and maybe a Starfire off. I think it's a good deal, you know. At the moment, I consider Mighty Bash the best for 1v1s and 2v2s, etc. In BGs, not so much, to be quite honest. Unless you've got a straggler rogue, I guess. But now, disorientating Raw depends, because, you know, if you've got a really bursty comp, maybe if you've got a feral and a rogue and a mage, etc., you know, or a priest coming to interfere you, disorientating Raw. Now, I consider this more of a resto thing, because it will disorientate everyone for 3 seconds, basically a mini fear, and it's a 30-sec cooldown. So you could use that to, you know, if you pair that with Wild Charge, you get disorientating Raw, switch to Trail Form, leap away, get behind a pillar, pots up, you know. So yeah, at the moment I consider Mighty Bash the obvious choice, considering this patch, because obviously, you know, there's not going to be a lot of big scenarios where you're going to need Ursul's Vortex unless you somehow manage to get a 5v5 war game or you know, in certain 3v3s, I guess. But at the moment, I'll stick with Mighty Bash. So that's what I believe is the best at the moment for, you know, this patch in terms of 2v2, 1v1, etc, etc, etc. I'll probably be playing around with all the talents as soon as mob actually hits. It's going to take a bit of a while to find out what really suits me and what really suits my game style. Now let's have a little look at glyphs. Now, glyphs aren't as a meta game as they used to be. Glyphs were vital back in Kata, and they're still very useful. But I think it's only the major glyphs that actually make a difference, you see. Now, I've been using, as you can see, Glyph of the Moonkin. Now this is a must, okay? You get to heal while in Boomkin form. Isn't that incredible? You get to keep that 15% more armor, which is, I believe they buffed it. I believe in Kata it was only 10%. Yeah, and you can keep your dots ticking for that extra little bit, I guess, and you're immune to poly, because I know that a lot of mages like to wait till you get out of Moonkin form. They get a poly on you and switch. Yeah, and you get the 15% extra armor, which is absolutely brilliant. Now, I consider, then again, 1v1, you know, 2v2 sort of thing, Glyph of Solar Beam, because, you know, say you've got an enhanced chamois, you know, he won't be able to get his wind shears off. You won't be able to get a DK using AMS, I don't think. As well as the Solar Root Glyph, if you want to keep a healer silenced while you take down the DPS in 2s. Or if you just want to tank or kite someone around your Solar Beam just to prevent them from using interrupts, etc. Solar Beam's an excellent choice. Now, Barks can only really pick styles being lazy, to be quite honest. I mean, it's 25% less chance to be crit. I mean, it's not really that great. I think when I stop being lazy and actually buy it or ask someone to make it for me, I'll be switching Stampede. It's really good to get an open and get to everyone to charge in, because you won't have to be in Cattle Bear form. You can use Stampede while in Moonkin form, which is a great escape, as well as a great charge, you know, for melee classes to keep pressure on. Besides that, you know, I think these two are going to be sticking. That'll be replaced with Stampede, I reckon. Now, the money glyphs just be a fun, really. You know, 50% in swim speed increase, you know, Orca form, woodland creature, which is pretty buggy at the moment, because the creatures don't actually follow you around. They just sit there like they've just been drugged up on Rehypnol, you know. Now, stars, you're not allowed to use this glyph, you know, like you're not really allowed to use it, or else, you know, I will come find you personally and kill you, because we are Boomkins. We are Boomkins. We're not going to be called balanced druids simply because of astral form. It's awful. It's awful. You never use stars. If you've got stars on now, take it off. Take the glyph. Just burn it. Just burn it. Oh god, we're never going to be called balanced druids. We're Boomkins. We're Boomkins and proud. Now, I think I'm going to show you a bit of what we can do. I've put together this funny little montage together, and I hope you enjoy, because it is absolutely fabulous, the damage that we can do and the burst that we can do. So I'll take you to that now. Enjoy. As I said, enough talking, enough talking. I've been talking for far too long. I want to show you what us Boomkins can do on the BGs. Let's have a look. 49k, boom. There we go, 61k, boom. There we got here, we got 49k. It's incredible. I'm going to be showing you some things on the training dummies. Did you see those big hits in the BGs? They're incredible. Boomkins are amazing. Mop's amazing. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm jiving. 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 I feel good. I feel good. I feel good. I feel good, I feel good, feel good, feel good, feel good. What? Thank you very much for watching my Boomkin video. I hope you took away a few things from it, which will help you in this coming PvP Boomkin season. Please remember to like and subscribe, it helps out a lot, guys. And please check out my other chaps here. We've got Boom, Rep, Ali, Cron, Durham, Matar, another one of my boys. And we've got Rex in the corner, my Arms Warrior, great PvPers. Check him out, leave him a comment, subscribe, like. See you later. Thank you very much for watching.